everyone, Kim here at Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do a little reading on the Titan Submersible, the submarine that is missing. And I decided to actually make this a part of the Maritime Mysteries series, and that it feels appropriate. It is not lost on me that, you know, death, if not imminent, has already befallen on the occupants of the submersible, and my heart goes out to their loved ones, to them. I mean, nobody wishes anything like this on them. I mean, we probably all have our own feelings and thoughts about how this situation came about, like the history of this, you know, Operation OceanGate, like what's really going on there. People wanting to spend large amounts of money to go down to view the Titanic. We can have our opinions. We just have to be respectful of one another in the comment section, because I think that's where it's at, folks, is that if we can have a good conversation amongst each other, and I know we can, let's have it. Let's talk about it. However, I every now and then like to do readings to help gauge me on how am I doing with reading, you know, like in terms of predictions or not predictions or feelings or intuitive hits that are coming up, and how do they transpire? How does it unfold? It helps me to gauge how I'm doing, or calibrate how I'm doing amongst my other readings, if I do a reading such as this on like such a topic where eventually we will probably get some sort of answers, even if we get no answers. But we, even in the no answers, like not getting any information about what happened, that tells us a lot as well, right? There's only so many hours left. I think we're sitting at 12 more hours that they need to find these folks at the time I'm recording this video. So without further ado, I am going to switch camera angles. It just makes my life a little easier to have the camera facing down. And I have 6 quick questions that we'll ask. And I'm curious to hear if you all did any readings. If so, share in the comments section down below of what came up in your readings. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So before we get into the main reading, I actually recorded the main reading already, so this is after the fact. I realized there was one question I did want to ask. It was about the 30-minute intermittent banging that was heard Tuesday and then Wednesday in 30-minute intervals. So they heard banging on sonar, right? And so I was like, is that them? Oh my God, it'd be so incredible if it is. But then the card that I got that jumped to that question is 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. And it indicates likely not, or it could just indicate disappointing results, having to abandon a mission. This, you know, maybe it could be them, but it's not going to bear any fruit. It's not going to bear anything positive. I don't know. Let me know what you think the 8 of Cups means in relation to the banging sound. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me know. Okay, my friends. So I have to warn you, there is a little bit of background noise. It's really hot here, and so my window is open. So my apologies in advance. Let's first explore timing elements important to this matter, important related to the Titan Submersible, the OceanGate Titan Submersible, okay? Okay. All right. I think we'll stop here. It'll be curious to see how these kind of pan out. I don't know. We'll see. So far we got 2 to 3 months. So that could be 2 to 3 months back. There was something important about this particular journey, or it was like a matter of fate coming all together for these individuals who ended up on this submersible thing. Or it could be 2 to 3 months from now, we really get the full scope of things, or we hear about lawsuits, or we hear about different things pertaining to this voyage, this, you know, so 2 to 3 months. I would hope that it wouldn't take this long for them to be found, you know, or the vessel, or for information to be discovered. I don't know. We'll see. 2 to 3 months. Then we have Saturday is of importance. It could have been the Saturday, like this past Saturday. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 21st of June. So it could have been this past Saturday. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry for the construction sounds, you all, but it is sweltering and humid here today. I have to have the window open. Saturday. And then we have morning. So it could be morning time that we get information. It could be morning time that something of importance happened during the morning. I do know that it was morning time when I guess a distress signal went out. And then it was not until, oh, let me back up. The little submarine sent out a distress signal in the morning, okay? Like, let's just say 8 o'clock. Don't quote me, but I think it was let's say 8 o'clock. It wasn't until 8 hours later that the mothership where this distress signal went to notified the Coast Guard. And so time, you know, when you're dealing with such a situation like this, time is of the essence. So that's what we got. You know, it could be morning time, this coming morning, that we get more information, or maybe it's morning when we, you know, when it's discovered. I don't know. April is of significance, past April, upcoming April. Yeah. There could have been some kind of reports written about this in the month of April. Something tied to the name, or the name April. So these are the timing elements. I think I'm going to stop here. I was just going to see if there's any other cards that jump. If not, we will stop and move on to the next question. Okay, we will stop. Thank you, Spirit. So we'll just stick these off to the side over here, because that's our first question. The timing elements that are important to this matter. Okay. All right. Now this one's going to be kind of a doozy and a challenge, but let's ask. And Spirit, we're looking for a card or cards to represent the condition of the occupants of the Titan Submersible. At first I was going to do, we have the moon. At first I was going to do, individually, like for each person, but I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. So we will just ask collectively, how are they doing? How's it going? And I'm going to quiz you all. Like, what do you think these cards may mean? Okay, I will come up with my interpretation, and then you all come up with yours. So the moon is associated with the element of water, and it's like deep, murky waters, deep, dark, murky emotions, dominion. I sense that there was, once they realized that there was a distressful situation, that there was some combativeness, some fights. One decision that led them down a path that took them deeper and deeper versus actually maybe not going deeper and deeper. The distress call is interesting to me because it's like, what does that symbolize? What is that saying? You know, why was there a distress signal? Some people are saying that it was due to a power failure. So it's interesting to me that we have like this lightning here depicted. And then we have the moon card, the traditional moon card. Where is that? I don't have it readily available, but it's showing something climbing out of water, like the, what is it? Crab, lobster. Oh. We have 2 of earth, so we got 2 twos. And the keyword, the reason why I wanted to use this deck is because of the keywords here, because we have on here, for example, domination. Someone, you know, domineering, like the like 2 forces hitting up against one another. who wins, who, you know, who ultimately wins. It's the captain of the ship, or did somebody else say, oh, hell no? I don't know. But then we have 2 of Earth. And this particular card is showing a change here. It's showing a change. And it's showing a dead tree and then an alive tree. And so that gives you the information you may need about the condition of the occupants, of where they're at. Did they transition? You know, oh, what was that? Oh, I'm going to reshuffle because I want to be clear, but I want to show you what jumped, or what kind of turned over. Plant magic. My thoughts go to, they've become one with Earth. We have opportunity. Maybe this is about their opportunity of a lifetime to pay $250,000 to go on this trip. And they took a gamble. And sometimes when you take a big gamble like that, or take a big risk, well, you could lose it all. And that could be what this card is symbolizing. And then we have till death do us part. But parth. I meant part. I've created this deck. This is my own personal use. Underneath, we have optimistic. So there's a lot of people on this planet who are quite optimistic still, who are still holding out hope about the situation. I tend to feel that it's a hopeless situation. That's what these, I forgot what they call these. It's some sort of lily. Moon lilies, lunar lilies. I have to look it up again. But nevertheless, I just sense that this is symbolizing a crossing over. But either they have remained optimistic, or the people who are watching. And a lot of people are watching and really heavily invested in this story. Like, they're very invested. And a lot of people get mad when people are like, you know what, they knew what they were doing, what they were getting, you know, themselves into. And people are like, well, there's nothing wrong with holding out hope or being optimistic that they'll be found. But the truth of the matter is, I'm not even sure if, you know, it is even possible to get them. You know, is it even possible? Yeah, relaxation is another thing that I associate with the crossing over. We pray that it's not the case. Look at this. Denial. Not facing truth, irrational, or reasoning. I sense that's what I was talking about here. People are reasoning, like trying to make the irrational rational. They're in denial. A lot of people are in denial about this situation. It's okay though. I mean, maybe this card, this optimistic card, and relaxation, maybe they ain't even tripping. Maybe the people on the boat, got that on my mind. Maybe the people in the submarine are completely fine, right? And they're like, oh, but I don't think so. They were due back the same day they went out, which was Sunday. And so it's now Wednesday. I don't think so. And I think that there's nothing wrong with holding out hope. I'm an eternal optimist. However, I think that there's a strong element of denial. Okay. That's just what I think Spirit wants to share with us. What Spirit's. Look at this. This is underneath paradise. What do you think of when you think of paradise? I think of heaven. I think of no more pain. I think of peace. You know, so that's what I'm thinking. I wanted to explore this domination card with the Divine Shadow Self Oracle. This one. I don't know if it's going to tell me. Passive aggressive, domineering. Look at that. Domineering. Passive aggressive. Never. Passive aggression is never a good thing to be dealing with in such a situation. And lustful. I think a lot of this is a lustful fantasy of being on the cutting edge of what humanity can do. And that's what this is about. And this was the card that led to all of this. Lust for money, lust for you know, adventure, you know, just what we call thrill junkies, and then dealing with these different personalities on in this little vessel. I mean, it's so little. I couldn't do it. I could not do it, sheerly for the little size that it is. I couldn't do it, child. All right, I'm gonna stick these over here. Let's move on. I wanted to just get a quick card read on the condition of the vessel. I have Daughter of Fire, ooh, in reverse. Yikes. There is talks that it could have imploded. Daughter of Fire would be Page of Wands. Someone is, you know, due to like making quick, fast decisions, it resulting in something that could have led to implosion, perhaps. I'll see if there's any other cards to share. Ooh. Okay, we got Death. And we try to be optimistic, but I'm getting a strong sense that with this, it went down so deep, and the pressure caused almost instant death with the Daughter of Fire in reverse. That's just me. I'm curious to hear what your take on it. You know, and I'm okay with it, with not being right on this. Okay, we have entrapment, money, heartstrings. Interesting, but the keyword trapped. Today, maybe it happened, they died even on that day, on that Sunday or what have you. I don't know. Twin flames. Remember I started out this conversation about them being on a karmic path, and this was their destiny. To be in this place at this time in this way, you know. I wanted to ask this question: how does the rescue team really feel? Like, do they feel optimistic? Do they feel like this can be done? Like, have they given up hope? Let's see what card jumped. Okay, there is still some element of if we move swiftly, if we move quickly, we can make this happen. There is some level of we can do this, but they also, and they have a desire to try to show that we're trying to work as swiftly as possible. We have the Desire card. We want to move as quickly as possible. You know, we understand time is of the essence, although there could be some in the camp, in the rescue camp, the rescue folk who feel like this was a swift and imminent death. But, you know, I do get a sense that they feel like they have a job to do. And that's what it is. They have a job to do, and you know, they're going to try to do it to their best of their abilities without losing their own lives. We also have the History card, which is interesting. This could be about some of the folks, whether they're part of the United States or Canada or any of the other countries that are helping, that recognize that maybe this is historical, and that how they show up is important for historical reference, and also that maybe the people on board of the Titan Submersible are history. You know what I'm saying? Okay, any more questions? Likely outcome. Likely outcome. Mother of Fire in reverse. Ooh. Looks like made of water. Made of water. I'm getting a sense that we're just gonna, people are gonna have to move on. I don't know. The Mother of Fire is interesting to me. It's in reverse, and it's like, will we really ever be able to recover this vessel? Will we be able to get information? The Eight of Cups, Eight of Water is like maybe we have to move on to emotional higher ground, because we may not be able to find out all the answers, or we may not be able to recover it. Look at how deep this goes. This particular aid. I want nothing more than this vessel to be found. And maybe this is what this Daughter of Water, Page of Cups is about, the emerging of that. And maybe getting more and more information in due time. The Page of Cups, for me, is associated with the timing of 11 days or the season of summer. So maybe there's some kind of emergence happening, that we can get some answers. I mean, this last card could denote a favorable outcome, just so you know. But sometimes a favorable outcome could be that we just get the answers, or we were able to recover their bodies. Although there's a lot in here in this reading where that may not be the case. Okay, in my personal opinion. And of course, like I said, this is a different kind of reading I'm doing. I don't know if it's gonna, if I'm gonna hit it or out of the park or not. And I'm okay. I'm learning and growing with y'all. Learn and grow in tarot is how I say. Spirit, will we get any answers soon? Ooh. Four of Pentacles. It's indicating it's leaning towards no. I also wanted to, before I let you all go, I wanted to just say, Spirit, what is a lesson, a takeaway? Maybe it's in this Four of Pentacles here. What is a lesson or takeaway here that you'd like us to glean from this whole thing? If anything, is there anything to glean? The Hierophant in reverse. You got to be, you're following in, something that's not conventional. And in that comes inherent risk. I just get a sense that if your intuition is telling you something like, no, don't do it, don't do it. If you are someone who really believes in a higher power, and that's okay, many of us don't, but you need to believe in the intuition that the good, universe gave you. And I just get a sense that maybe there were signs, signs pointing to this not being a good thing to do. Maybe resources needed to be poured further into this thing. Actually, there was a need to follow convention, and they didn't. They being OceanGate, and that's a lesson here is that you're entrusting your life into folk who may not ultimately have your best interest at heart, because they're motivated by something like money. Okay, they're motivated, and so you have to be the steward here. But again, we circle back to they were on a karmic path, and this was, this is where they ended up, and this is part of their tale, their story, their unfoldment. All right, friends, I think I'm going to stop here. Let me know what you think. Give me your thoughts. Share in the comment section down below. Do me a favor on your way out. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Much love, many blessings to each and every one of you. I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.